I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. And back with me on a lovely Tuesday afternoon is the one and only Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. What's happening over there, Hillbilly Land?
We broke above freezing for a couple of days, and today it's like in the 50s. It's not melting off very quickly because we had fucking 15 inches of this shit, but looks like I might be able to dig my little car out and actually like drive something out and about here soon, hopefully.
Yeah, well, that's nice. And did you have a nice weekend?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I should have told you about this. So I, for the first time, got to judge a high school speech competition. Katie's on the speech and debate team, and she does these speech competitions pretty regularly. And I was one of the parent judges for the one over the weekend. And one of the categories I got was original oratory. And so they pick like a current events topic and give their opinion on it and stuff. Man, I had a kid that was anti-toxic masculinity. So right off the bat, I had him in last place. Like, sorry, buddy, you're out. But then that was followed up by a kid who was anti-nationalism and had some piece in the middle of his thing talking about the Nazis. I was like, well, and he also had a poor presentation. It's like, well, you get to be last then, and the anti-masculinity guy gets to be next to last. And then I had one that did a thing on bullying, but I actually gave her first because she wasn't talking about not being a bully. She was talking about how to not get bullied, like stand up for yourself and like tell the bullies to fuck off. So I was like, all right, I'm good with her. And then there was another one that did one on neurodivergence, but she had like 5 face piercings, and it was hard for me to take her seriously. But then there was one kid that just completely botched her entire speech, and so she had to be last place because she did a bad job, even though the content wasn't quite as cringy as the anti-nationalism and the anti-masculinity guys. So we went botched speech at the bottom, then anti-nationalism, then anti-masculinity, and then face-piercing neurodivergence, and finally anti-bullying came in at number 1. It was interesting. You're
really getting off on that.
I was not surprised. My daughter was like, how did you score them? I was like, I completely ignored everything that they actually said and just went strictly on the presentation itself. Like, how well did you present and speak your case? I didn't listen to I wasn't judging on what they actually said. I was sincerely judging based on just the presentation and how well they did it, like how they executed and how how they did the speech, and that was it. Because if I can't give them all last place, so like
Somebody's got to win. What do they get for winning?
they get like a little medal.
Yeah. No. Speaking of medals, did you have you been watching any of these Winter Olympics?
No, I was going to watch the opening ceremonies, and then I didn't. And Stephanie was watching some of it the other day when I got home from Katie's speech competition. And so I watched a little bit while she was watching it, but no, I haven't. This is about the least invested in an Olympics I've been maybe ever. Usually I kind of get down with the Winter Olympics. I like hockey and I like some of the other stuff, but I just haven't found myself having any interest whatsoever.
I've caught bits and pieces of it here and there. My aunt and uncle have had it on when I was over there. I go over there to use the gym every once in a while. Well, almost every day, actually, every once in a while. And so I've caught some parts of it, but the opening ceremony, I saw some chick dancing around and singing. I don't know. It was a little weird. It wasn't nearly as bad as that the tranny one that they did last time, or whatever that was supposed to be.
Yeah, the Summer Olympics one.
Yeah, with like the tranny Last Supper. What was it?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It wasn't anything like that, but the Olympic medals have been falling apart. Apparently, they're coming
Literally.
under heat. Yeah.
So there's the medal, and there's the ribbon. Here's the little piece that is supposed to go in the ribbon to hold it in the medal. And yeah, it came apart.
Some Olympians are celebrating their wins with broken medals.
It's real. I broke it.
After winning Team USA's first gold medal of the games in downhill skiing, Breezy Johnson showcased her medal, which had separated from its ribbon.
Do not jump in that. It broke.
Meanwhile, Germany's ski team were jumping in celebration when one member's medal slipped off its ribbon. And figure skater Alyssa Liu said her gold medal doesn't even need a ribbon. These medals are the most expensive in Olympic history, thanks to the price of gold and silver skyrocketing. Chief Games Operations Officer Andrea Francisci says they're looking into the problem.
Siamo a conoscenza della situazione, abbiamo visto le immagini, ovviamente stiamo cercando di capire nel dettaglio se esiste un problema, ma ovviamente abbiamo massima attenzione a questa vicenda, essendo la medaglia il sogno degli atleti, e quindi vogliamo che ovviamente nel momento della consegna tutto sia assolutamente perfetto, perché lo riteniamo davvero il momento più importante, quindi ci stiamo
Probably made in China.
Yeah, it just kind of seems like a great microcosm of where we are in the world, where just everything is just cheap and shitty. Like, I don't know, like, you can't even just make good Olympic medals. And by the way, those the gold medals are not pure gold. They're silver. They're gold-plated silver. At least they put some silver in there, so they're worth like $2,500 or something. But if they were gold, they'd be worth like 80 grand. Like, so they're not even, you don't even get a real gold medal anymore. It's gold-plated silver. Silver is obviously silver. But the fact that they don't even last the day, like they're already breaking, and just everything just feels cheap and poorly manufactured and rushed, and nobody takes pride in anything anymore. It just, I can't speak for the rest of the world, but am I cutting out, or are you cutting out?
I'm not sure. I switched over from my internet to my hotspot because I wasn't sure if it was me or you. Am I back? Can you hear me now?
It could be me. Yeah, you're here. But my stuff was going a little nuts too. So yeah, I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
I can hear you
Right.
now. You were getting a little glitchy, and I
Yeah,
wasn't sure if it
close
was
my
mine or
chats.
yours,
Hang
so
on.
I switched over to my hotspot. But yeah, I mean, everything's so cheaply, just everything's garbage. Everything's garbage. Like, we had to replace our dryer just a couple months ago. This thing's like, I don't know, 2 years old. We had to replace the dryer because the motor that makes it tumble went out. Like, and it's cheaper to just buy a new dryer than to replace the motor in it. And like, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people would put the blame on capitalism for this because they just want to keep selling you the same thing over and over again more often. But it's just, it's bigger than that. Like, there's just, you just look at the construction of thing. All the construction is super cheap, and like, just nobody really takes any pride in any of their craft anymore. We don't have any craftsmen. We have a bunch of gender studies majors. Like, nobody makes anything anymore. Like, you know, you travel to all these old countries and you go look at the old buildings, and the amount of detail and craftsmanship that went into every little thing is really impressive. And then you walk around the US and it's just like, what the dude, this is all just bullshit. Like, just nothing looks good. Everything's fucking an imported piece of shit.
Well, like, even the stuff that they do build now, it's all cookie cutter, like high efficiency bullshit. It's all terrible. Like, you see all these like companies rebrand, and like their new logo looks like fucking type font bullshit. It's all garbage. At the Barnes and Noble in town, they had like around the store shut down for a month and a half while they redid the logos on the side of the building, and it all looked like fucking garbage. Like, why does this need to happen? And it's like, why does everything need to be made ugly and boring?
I think it's intentional. I don't think the powers that be want Americans to have pride in America. It seems like a conspiracy that they just, as long as everything sucks, then there's nothing for you to be prideful for, and you can go ahead and burn the American flag and whatever, and then they can kind of control you that way. We used to, I know we've talked about it before, just like, you know, the Golden Gate Bridge and the Hoover Dam, these things were built in a couple of years. They're still with us today. We depend on them drastically. And then like that bridge in Baltimore collapses, and it's still, like, it's been like 4 or 5 years. They still haven't even rebuilt that yet. Like, there's just, I don't think they want anything. I don't think they want to have any excuse for Americans to be prideful of America. I think they want you to disparage it. But that's just kind of, everything just sort of points in that direction. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't think that's an accident. Could be wrong, but it certainly seems like that's the intention. And then every time one of these lefty politicians opens their mouth, it's just to talk about how bad America was, this racist country that was built on the backs of slaves and, colonial colonizers, whatever. I don't know, dude. But yeah, nothing's awesome. Nothing's cool anymore. Nothing's awesome anymore. And of course, when you do see something that was like handcrafted and is legitimate, it costs an absolute fortune because there's just not enough of it to go around. Anyway, has U.S. have they been winning any gold medals? Speaking of taking pride in your craft.
I don't know.
I know I saw like a couple of clips going around of they have these young kids like trashing. No, it's so hard to be, representing the U.S. these days. And I just think, well, the one thing is you do need to I want to separate America from the United States government. I think it's just like people always conflate the two. And it's like, yeah, who wants to represent a government?
Let's see.
Certainly
So
not me.
far on the medal count, we've got Norway with 12 total medals, 6 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze. Germany has 6 total medals, 3 gold, 2 silver, 1 bronze. Sweden has 6 as well with 3 gold, 2 silver, 1 bronze. Switzerland has 5 total, 3 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. And the U.S. has 7 total medals, 2 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze. We're still early in the game or in the event, so
they got time to earn some shitty fake medals that are going to fall apart as soon as you get them.
But imagine that Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, Germany, like, you know, the countries you would expect are winning the winter Olympic medals.
Yeah. So apparently the last Olympic gold medals that were made entirely of gold were issued in 1912. What happened the next year, Justin? Did we create the Federal Reserve and destroy everything?
Wow. Isn't it crazy how if you look at certain things, like when did certain things happen historically? It all just starts to make so much fucking sense.
Yeah, again, and all the arrows point to one thing. And it's just how people have not figured this out yet. And how there's not more outrage is, I guess it's just a testament to the propaganda machines. Let me just verify that that's true, but that's just perfect. When was the last real gold medal at the Olympics? Yeah, 1912. It's been confirmed, according to the interwebs. So, yeah, that's great. Oh, man. And, I mean, talk about, did we get inflation numbers this week, or is that coming up? Let me check the finance calendar here. CPI comes out Friday. So we're going to get the latest inflation numbers in a couple of days, but it's not going to be good. The value of the dollar has been absolutely getting crushed, and every country has been kind of doing this. They're all following the same playbook for the most part. I mean, now you're getting the BRICS organizations that are trying to break off and separate themselves from the dollar, and there's rumors of a gold-backed currency coming out, but who the fuck knows? But yeah, it just seems like in this modern day, nothing is made well anymore. Everything, it's just like, even just down to the place I'm renting now, all this new construction, like the doors are just like these paper thin doors. Even the one to like enter the apartment, dude, like I could easily kick that thing in. And I'm not a huge force to be reckoned with. Like these things, they feel like they're made out of fucking cardboard. And I forget what year the house I grew up in was built, but that thing had like fucking solid oak door, like throughout. These big, heavy fucking doors. And it's just like, yeah, why don't we have that anymore? Why is everything just cheap and shitty? And it like the whole U.S. just seems like a paper tiger, and everything inside of it.
Well, and everything's cookie cutter. Like, I've seen some of these like house listings of people trying to sell their house for $300,000 or $400,000 around here. Like around here, that's fucking outrageous. There's nothing around here that should go for more than like $150,000, $200,000 anyway. Unless it's like a fucking mansion. And even then, maybe it's questionable. But like people trying to sell their houses for $300,000, $400,000, and you look at the pictures of it, and it's like, this is just a straight up cookie cutter, like prefab bullshit looking thing. Like they picked this out of a catalog and had it built. It's the exact same house as the house 2 doors down from it, as the house on the other side of the street. Like they're all in these subdivisions and little neighborhoods that every single house looks the same. It's like, what the fuck? Why? God.
Can we blame this on government regulation?
I'm sure that has something to do with it, because it's easy to, it's easy to get something like that through. You don't like if you're going to have to get permits and anything else. If you've got some prefab bullshit, it's like, okay, that's like easy to get approved. Whereas if you're doing anything unique and creative and that actually like is cool, then that's going to require a whole bunch of extra steps. The only place you see like interesting, unique types of buildings going up is like out here where I live, out here in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's a really fucking cool house that's being built on my drive to work. Like, you don't see that in town or anywhere else. It's like,
yeah, I just sent you. This reminded me of something that I commented on X. I don't even know where this is. Is that the? No, it's not the Amalfi Coast. Let's see what Grok says where that is. Go ahead and roll that. Oh, that is the Amalfi Coast. Okay. Yeah, Positano. I've been there. I thought it was a little more colorful. Oh, yeah, that's definitely Amalfi. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Right along the coast. You're just listening. I mean, people aspire to go here on vacation, like pay crazy amounts because it's so beautiful just to go there. And the post said, like, you know, this would be California without if we didn't have the Coastal Commission or something like that. Yeah, like it's like 100%, dude. That nothing is being rebuilt in California, like practically nothing, considering those fires were over a year ago. They're just, you got to go through ridiculous amounts of regulation over there. Insane. And they're like, if they are rebuilding a house, there's like a couple that are being rebuilt. They have to drill. I was listening to Adam Carolla rant about this a while ago. These like caissons, these huge fucking cement things, like 5 stories into the ground. And they have to do like 20, 30 of them for just like a, you know, like a small house. So the foundation of the house costs you over $1 million just to pour the foundation and get the caissons in and maybe to frame it. Like, it's insane, dude. But yeah, all that stuff in Italy was built a long time ago. It's still standing today. They don't have all these ridiculous government regulations for earthquakes and tsunamis and all this other shit.
Have you seen some of the stuff coming out of California where like people are attempting to rebuild the house that they have and they literally can't do it because the regulations have changed from when it was originally built to now? So they can't, like, the house won't even meet regulatory standards that California has now. So they can't even rebuild their house. Like, the ones who want to literally can't do it. They would have to do some prefab, you know, cookie cutter bullshit that fucking sucks. They don't even have the option to redo their houses.
It's just so ridiculous because all the houses that were built before all these ridiculous government regulations, they're all still there, unless they burn down. But like, none of these are going to be like fireproof houses. There was one house that they were talking about that this guy built himself. It's like out of stone, and it's like still standing. It was like one of the few houses that survived those fires last year. But yeah, this is the nature of these fucking government bureaucrat busybodies that just get in there and they're like, oh, you know, this has to be, you know, whatever the regulation is, we're just going to up it by like 5% more or 10% more. And then the next busybody gets in there and he's like, well, if 5% was good, wouldn't another 5% on top of that be even safer and be even more capable of withstanding all of these bad things? And they just keep piling on to existing regulations and existing government rules and bullshit. And it never ends. It just keeps piling up and piling up until you're basically paralyzed as a society in some of these large cities where you can't build anything. And when you do build something, yeah, in order to comply with all the ridiculous rules and regulations, it sucks. It's got no soul. And it just, I can't even believe I guess the interior stuff is always just so cheap. Like there's no really regulations on that. It's just like measurements on how far, something has to be from something else, or like, oh God, absolutely ridiculous, dude. And it's a little depressing. It's a little depressing considering we're supposed to be making America great again.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of everything getting ugly and boring, what'd you think of the halftime show?
I didn't see much of it. My uncle switched on the Kid Rock one, the Turning Points thing. So I saw some of that, but even that was just kind of boring too.
Here's Roger Goodell's reaction to the halftime show.
Yeah, dude, it's just in poor taste. I don't know. This is Pop's Profita coming out, but like, we don't need to see a bunch of fucking Puerto Ricans grinding on each other for a halftime show. Like, and so did you see the angle that somebody posted from the stands where you can't even see anything? Because I guess this was supposed to be some sort of like sugar cane plantation or something. And so they had all these people dressed as grass go out there to create these like walls. And then they're running in this like maze of the sugarcane plantation. You can't see anything because they're just covered up by the grass people. And the grass is also blocking the stage. There's an angle of it. See if you can find it. And it's just like, this doesn't even, did they not consider the fact that people are going to be watching this from the stadium? They paid, I mean, even the nosebleed seats cost like $3,500. So
yeah, speaking of it, here's the video of the nose. This is $3,500 for a ticket. $3,400.
This is crazy, dude.
Super Bowl 10 from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Like you can't see anything from up there. If you're just listening, this is like, it would just look like ants playing a game.
Yeah, you'd be better off watching the game on your phone while you're at the game because you're not going to see shit for anything.
Dude, you'd be better off watching it on the old little fucking TV, the black and white 12-inch TV we had when I was a kid, dude. Like, those seats are so shitty. And dude, I know Americans do not have the money to do this. They do not have an extra $3,500 laying around. Well, that's just one seat. So you're gonna go with somebody else. So you're dropping, $7,000 on just the seats. You have to get there. The flights, then the hotel rooms or the Airbnbs, those are gonna be fucking expensive as hell. And then once you're there, I have no idea what like a beer. Yeah, here you go. Here's the view of the thing. Yeah, this is riveting. Like you just can't even see anything. If you have a good seat in the stadium, you cannot, even if you wanted to enjoy the halftime show, you can't really see anything. Every once in a while you see a head pop out of the grass. Okay. And yeah, by the way, dude, reggaeton just fucking sucks. And I get an ass full of it here in Mexico. Like every fucking club just plays this shit. And Mexicans fucking love it. I don't understand it.
So Katie and I watched the game out here and I had it on and I was going to be doing other stuff out. Like I have other stuff that I have out here. So I was going to be doing some other stuff during halftime. I was working on, I've got food and everything out here for the game. I was like, Katie, I'm going to be over here fucking with shit. I was like, if you need something, whatever. I said, halftime show's on. Feel free. She's like, okay. She was over here in her usual, she sits in this big chair right here. This is where, that's her chair. And then that one over there is my chair. Anyway, she's sitting in her chair. She's like, okay. And we get maybe a minute and a half into it. I was like, this is some mumble rap garbage. I was like, I'm gonna mute this. Are you all right with that? She said, yes, please do. Like she had her fill of it too. Like it sounded like it needed auto-tune from just like from what I heard of it. It didn't sound good. It was like poor audio quality, and it was just mumble rap garbage. I was like, I'm out. I don't like. This is not the kind of music I listen to anyway. I don't know what the Bad Bunny controversy is or was. I don't know who he is. I don't pay attention to modern musical artists. It's very rare that they pop up in any of my musical feeds on my like music streaming services, because I've had them since I was in college, and I have a pretty well cultivated playlist on everything, and I only get stuff that I like to listen to, because if it's something that I don't like, I thumbs down it until it goes the fuck away and never comes back. And I never hear any of this shit, and I don't have any interest in trying to find it. Anytime the kids are in the truck with me, we listen to whatever the fuck I want to. It's my truck. I paid for it. I'm going to listen to whatever I want to. I have never been good about like listening to the stuff the kids want to. They can fuck off. I'm the adult. We'll listen to what I want to. And if you don't like it, deal with it. And so I don't know who any of these like modern artists are. And the more that I do hear of them, like the minute and a half I got a Bad Bunny at the halftime show the other day, the less I have any interest in finding out anything else about them.
Yeah, reggaeton's just terrible. Every reggaeton song sounds exactly like that, by the way. I'm like, oh, it's all about the lyrics. It's just like, okay, well, if you don't understand the lyrics, which nobody at that Super Bowl, like, 80% of the fucking Americans watching that did not understand all the lyrics. Then it's just really shitty, obnoxious beat that sounds exactly the same. I don't know what makes Bad Bunny special. I'll put it that way. He sounds just like every other fucking reggaeton guy, but he makes hundreds of millions of dollars, dude. He's so fucking popular in like Latin America and stuff. I don't get it, but dude, everything sucks. Like literally, like I'm not just being a fucking grandpa about this. Like everything fucking sucks, and they keep trying to like reinvent the wheel. What's wrong? Like, what's wrong with the classics? What's wrong with like having, dude? Spam caller. Like, you've heard Jim Cornelison sing the national anthem, right? He'll do the Bears games and the Blackhawks games.
Oh yeah,
Something like fucking like Pavarotti, dude, like an opera singer just belting it out, and it's awesome, dude. Everybody fucking loves it. Or Whitney Houston had like a great national anthem at the Super Bowl one year. Every other one where they try to come up with some cute little tweak and modernize it or something, it always sucks. Everything that's new, every movie that comes out now sucks. The only thing that's good is like remotely entertaining is like a remake of something that was made a while ago that was good originally. And maybe they'll do a cover song, but you don't really like the cover song. You like the original song, the classic one that was good back when we did things that were fucking good. And everything sucks now, dude. It's just pathetic, man. And they just keep this is progressivism. We're progressing. We're not fucking progressing.
This is regression.
Yeah, just because you come up with like a new idea doesn't mean it's progress. It's like you ruined something that was great. Like what's wrong with just having a fucking stage and a band playing like a normal song? We got to do a plantation thing where we're running around and then we're humping each other in the back of a pickup truck. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, and dude, like if I had kids, I wouldn't want them watching that.
I had a friend that's what she had posted. She was like, we're like, our family is watching the Turning Point USA halftime show, not because I have anything against Bad Bunny in particular, but because the show is going to be a bunch of gyrating, and the lyrics, even though we don't know what they are, or even though we don't speak Spanish and don't necessarily know what they are, like his lyrics are notoriously very sexually explicit. Yeah. And like not good for kids, and kids are gonna be like, oh, what's he saying? What's he saying? Well, now we can't look that up. It's like, she was like, my family is going to be watching the Turning Point USA halftime show because I don't think that's going to be the Super Bowl halftime show is going to be appropriate for my kids. It's like, I get that.
Yeah. And by the way, I watched, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes of the Turning Points one, and like, it wasn't good. I wasn't like, oh, this is awesome, but it was just, it was just like some country singers up there singing like average songs, and then I guess the Kid, I don't even know if I heard the Kid Rock part. I got up and made like a pot of coffee. Dude, the whole day was just kind of shit, dude. The game was shit. It started out terrible. They had some fucking twink singing the national anthem, and it's just like, why can't we have, like, this is supposed to be the creme de la creme, right? The best in the fucking world are playing football. The best athletes are playing fucking football. Why don't we have the best national anthem in the world, or in the country, national anthem in the world? But like, why don't we have the best of everything instead of like trying to come up with some gimmicky fucking thing?
When I talked about this, on my show this morning. I did a little short talking about the Super Bowl thing this morning, and like, the problem that the NFL has right now is the same problem that Bud Light had that led to the whole Bud Light crash out a couple years ago. They are trying to cater to and pander to an audience that does not want them. Like, they're trying to capture more of an audience share. It's like, okay, if you're Bud Light, you are the #1 beer on the planet. Why do you need to capture more? All you have to do is keep doing the same thing you've been doing for forever and just crush always. But then they feel like they got to mix it up and go after more market share. You're targeting a demographic that doesn't want you and will never want you no matter what you do. It's the same for the NFL. You were the most successful, most popular television show on the planet for years and years and years. And then over the last decade or so, they keep doing all this bullshit to try to cater to and pander to target demographics that do not like football, that will never like football no matter what bullshit you add to it. Instead, what you end up doing is you alienate your actual fan base, the ones who have taken you to the top for literally forever, and then you'll start losing market share from those people. Like, that's where the problem, and the NFL has gone through some ebbs and flows where they have fucked around and seen their ratings go down significantly for a year or two, and then they kind of get it together, and then you'll have, a Bad Bunny moment like this, and until the consumer decides to actually stick it to the NFL the way that they stuck it to Bud Light and just be like, you know what? Fuck you. Like, you don't represent us, so we're not going to fuck with you anymore. Video games have been going through that for a while with like woke devs creating games that have all this like DEI bullshit propaganda built into it. And gamers are just like, fuck that. We're not going to buy it. And then they'll review bomb the fuck out of it based on the trailers and stuff. And they're like, oh, you're just racist and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we want you to give us the product that we fucking want. We are your target demographic. We're the people who are spending money. Quit catering to everybody else who doesn't like you and never will. Give us, the people who are giving you money, what the fuck we want. It's really that simple. Like, video game developer, Bud Light marketing, NFL marketing. Easiest job on the fucking planet. You know your demographic. You know what they like. Just give them that forever, and they will keep throwing money at you like it's going out of style. And instead, they want to do all this like cutesy bullshit and fuck it up. It's like, just don't be a fucking retard. That's all it takes.
Unfortunately, that's too tall of an order for us today, I guess. Yeah, it is just quite a slap in the. I mean, like, listen, I wasn't like outraged that they were doing the Bad Bunny thing, or that, they're like, oh, look at all these different flags that they got. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. It's like, okay, that doesn't really bother. But like, it's just read the room. That it's not like it's just happening in a vacuum. The last 5 or 6 years, like, there's been a lot of energy around around this topic, and then you just kind of slap them in the face and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna have this like super, super diverse Puerto Rican halftime show, targeted towards Latinos, dude." And yeah, they like football, but they're not football Americano. They like football.
Well, I get
And
that too.
that's
like,
not going to change, dude. They're fanatical about that. That'd be like trying to get a redneck to like soccer. Like it's just
and
not
I get
gonna
that
happen.
too. Like the NFL is trying to expand. They've got the Germany game and the England game, and they do the Mexico City. Like they're trying to be a more global brand. And the Super Bowl itself isn't just like the biggest event in the U.S. It's a very large event worldwide. A lot of people watch it everywhere. But also, like, those people aren't watching it for the woke bullshit. They're watching it because it's like this unique American event.
Yeah. So make it fucking American. Like it should look like an American flag just threw up all over the place. It's just like everything's fucking bedazzled in America, and it's just absolutely fucking just quintessential Southern down home Americana. Like why are we running away from that? Oh, because we had slavery? Okay, fuck that. It's just so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. And we were talking about Japan earlier. I'm going to Japan in a few months. They don't fucking run away from Japan at all. They are Japanese, and everything that they're going to do is going to promote being as Japanese as fucking possible. And most countries are like that. Dude, I walk around here in Mexico. Dude, Mexicans have so much pride in Mexico. I don't know why, but they love it. Dude, I think I mentioned this on a show. I think it was one of the podcasts, or maybe it was the happy hour, where like I got on a bus, dude. This is like one of the city buses, and the bus driver had like customized the wheel. They had like a Mexican flag on the wheel of his bus. He's just turning this wheel. It's a Mexican flag. They'll put a Mexican flag on anything. And there's something to be said for that. And believe me, I'm not like some, gung-ho America guy, but like, I'd certainly prefer it to trying to be something you're not, or trying to change it into like some sort of thing that's not a country anymore. But yeah, what was that Japanese thing you just threw up there?
The conservative right wing in Japan basically took a clean sweep of their most recent elections. They're like in 2020, I believe it was, the Japanese elections shifted to the left, and they elected a liberal Democrat. The Liberal Democratic Party took control. And like literally they do 6-year terms, not 4-year terms like we do. It's a little bit anyway. In 2020, the Liberal Democratic Party won a slight majority and took control of stuff. And literally within one election cycle, they swung all the way back to the right. It was a clean sweep of Tokyo itself, almost a clean sweep across the board. The Conservative Party took like 80+% of all of the governmental seats in this election. Like they just cleaned them out. Like Japan got one election cycle worth of liberal policy, and they were like, nope, fuck that. We're out. Like hard out.
There's something, you got to respect it. You got to fucking respect it. The alternative is like, yeah, you import like the fucking third world, and then you just have all of these Haitians and Muslims and fucking like they're just destroying, like people whose countries are legitimately shitholes are coming into what were once nice countries and turning them into shitholes. And people are so afraid of saying that, being offensive and being called racist, that they won't fucking deal with the elephant in the room. And Japan's just like, nope, fuck that. Get it out. Get it out of here. And I'm going to go to Japan. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking take my shoes off when I go into places, and I'm going to follow the local customs as best I can. I'm not going to go in there and just demand that they cater to my culture because I'm visiting or something. like all of these fucking Somalians and whatever the fuck we're doing. It's ridiculous, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous. What the US, the UK is just fucking gone. I don't understand. It's like suicidal. And Japan's just not having any of it. And it's great. But they will pay homage to other countries. Like there's stores with all kinds of American shit in there. There's restaurants with American food and Italian food. Like they'll do that, but you're still in fucking Japan and you're not going to forget that.
All right, so here's pulling up the different graphs. This was the election following 2020 and how it broke down. Mostly the Liberal Democratic Party, as you can see right here. This is the swing for 2026. There's only like 4 or 5 left-wingers left. All the rest are like center, other, and then center right, and all right wing. Wow. Like they just ran.
If you're just listening, it literally was like a 90+% swing. That's interesting, and it didn't take them long to look it over. They're like, no, we're not having this.
Literally one election cycle, and the entirety of Japan was like, nope, fuck liberal politics, like fuck progressive liberalism, we're out. Like that, we had our share of it. We don't want it anymore.
And why does everybody love Japan? Like, why is Japan one of the most sought out destinations for vacations now? For all their traditional shit. That's awesome. How they have modernized. They've modernized more than we have in the US. They got fucking bullet trains and crazy toilets and all kinds of modern amenities that have far surpassed the US in terms of just ingenuity and like just overall quality. But they still have all this traditional stuff that they value. Why can't we do that? What's wrong with that? Like you can maintain traditions and have modernity. They're not mutually exclusive. But if you get rid of all your traditions, your deeply held traditions that made the country great in the first place, well, then you're just going to have a shitty fucking cheap cookie cutter modern country that like, why would anybody go to the US? Like, why would somebody be like, oh, I want to go to the US for vacation? What are you going to do? You're going to go look at, okay, skyscrapers, I guess, but like everybody has skyscrapers now. So, okay, yeah, like I said, you can go see the old stuff that we built back you can go see the Golden Gate Bridge. You can go see the Hoover Dam. But what else are you going to do? Like, what are you going to, okay, like.
But why? Like, why would you go to see the Golden Gate Bridge when you also have to see San Francisco and bums and shit on the street? Why would you go to New York for, I don't even know what the appeal of New York actually is touristy wise. Like, but then why would you go to New York when it's just like garbage bags 8 foot high piled up on the street?
Still having a tough time, but it doesn't sound like they've picked up any garbage from the last time we were podcasting.
All right, why would you go to LA? Like, what does LA have to offer?
When I go to places, I just try restaurants, I guess. Like that's about it. Like, all right, yeah, there's some good food. But like, yeah, I could not imagine being like, living in Japan, be like, oh, I just really want to go to America now. I could imagine that like 50 years ago when America stood for something. But like now, it just doesn't seem like it just doesn't compute. It doesn't connect for me. I'd be like, like, I guess you could go see like these things that you do hear a lot about it. So maybe it's got some sort of cachet that way, but.
Right. Like if you're going to do something touristy in the US, it's like go to a national park, go to Yellowstone, go to Yosemite, go somewhere like that. Like none of the big cities and stuff, like they don't offer anything that's unique to the global experience.
Well, especially not if you're from fucking Tokyo, dude. It's like your city's a lot cooler than ours.
Which also explains why when we went to Yellowstone, most of the tourists were a lot of Asians. Oh my gosh. And they just park in the middle of the road to get out and go take pictures of buffalo. It's like I've never cheered for buffalo to gore people to death and stampede over people so much as I did when
taking pictures, dude. That's Taking pictures and gambling. Asians just fucking love it. Oh God.
Like when we came up there to hang out with you, like Stephanie and I had never been to Chicago, and there were some really cool things like in Chicago.
Yeah,
but
there was some good architecture way back when. They're not doing it anymore. So yeah, you can go like do the Chicago architectural tour. You can see some cool buildings that were built in 1920. It was 100 fucking years ago. What are they doing? What have you done now? Nothing.
I think Stephanie's favorite part was we walked by the Trump building. She was like, "I'll take a picture of the Trump building." Oh, okay.
And there's this bean. So there's like, okay, yeah, there's like, I don't understand the appeal of that, but like even that's just like, okay, I like some artistic stuff can be kind of cool, but others are just like, all right, yeah, this is just, that's all you got. It's a fucking bean. All right. I don't know, dude. It's a little depressing.
Speaking of Chicago, instead of building cool stuff, they've got millions of dollars that are just missing for.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
I mean, more myths.
This song. Where's our song?
Oh yeah.
Cue the music. Shithole Chicago. It's a great transition.
Walking down the street, the shithole Chicago, where the wind is cold and the people are low. Broken down buildings, ain't no place to go. But the music keeps playing in shithole Chicago.
All right. What are we missing money on this time?
Cook County misspent hundreds of millions of dollars in funding for transportation. That is what we just learned in a circuit court judge that ruled this week. The judge ruled that the company's and the county's use of $243 million in tax revenue violated a part of the Illinois Constitution called the Safe Roads Amendment. Cook County argued it was allowed to use the money for things that enforce the rules of the road, like the sheriff, state's attorney, and circuit court clerk. Cook County misspent hundreds of millions.
So they just paid. They paid themselves a bunch of fucking money.
240.
It's for the roads because we enforce stuff on the roads. They write the tickets and then they come to my courtroom. It's like, what? It's for the roads, ladies and gentlemen. 243 million, just gone. Paid to a bunch of fucking bureaucrats, and that road from. I drove from Milwaukee to, I didn't make it all the way to Chicago. So I can't say for sure that road has been, the construction's complete. But the part that I did was fine. Like I didn't see any construction. That was the first time in over a decade. Congratulations. But yeah, Chicago's having a rough go. There's a bunch of stories that are coming out of them misappropriating funds. That was the only one that I think I sent you, but there's a couple other ones, of course, that Pritzker's in charge of.
And Brandon Johnson as well. I mean, apparently he gave.
And we built a coalition where we have a mayor now that works with us to make sure schools have what they need. I said he gave us $1 billion.
Yeah, that's the bitch in charge of the Chicago Teachers Union.
Gave him $1 billion. They put what $2.5 million towards his campaign and to repay them for getting him elected. He gave him $1 billion. What the fuck is the teachers union doing with $1 billion? How many?
They're taking trips to Egypt. Don't you remember?
What's their
in
budget?
Vegas? They bought a property in Vegas or something like. Yeah, they're not educating the kids. I can tell you that for sure. Just like they're not building the roads with all the fucking property taxes you're paying. They're not doing anything they're supposed to be doing.
Somebody commented on that post. She sends her kids to a private Catholic school. Her kids don't go to. Yeah. Her kids don't go to the Chicago public schools.
Yeah, the head of the Chicago Teachers Union does not send her kids to Chicago public schools. That tells you everything you fucking need to know. Well, she told you everything you need to know, which is the money pump. So they take their union dues and they give it to the politicians, to get them elected, and the politicians turn around and steal a bunch of money from taxpayers and funnel it into the unions. Give them more days off, more money, bigger pensions that aren't funded at all, 40% funded, 30% funded, more vacation time, and then they're going off to taking trips to Egypt and all. Where else were they going on? We did a segment on this. I can't remember what the hell they were doing, but they're going all over the world, spending millions of dollars on vacations, staying in places that cost like $500 a night. These are school teachers. Obviously, they need to, and they had like a property. I think it was outside of Vegas. Was it in Vegas? It was outside of Vegas or something. They had a pool.
Oh yeah, that's like all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, the money just keeps coming. People keep paying we need more money. We'll just raise the property taxes 40%. Idiots in Chicago keep fucking paying it. It is insane. Oh, dude, speaking of taxes, did you see any of those stories about the taxes in California for the Super Bowl?
No.
Oh, I think I flagged it. Let me see. Yeah, basically, yeah, here it is. I forgot to send you this. Yeah, Sam Darnold ends up owing money for having to play the Super Bowl in California when they run the numbers. Yeah, it cost him $71,000 because of the insane fucking taxes in California. Which, by the way, I just saw that Mark Zuckerberg, I believe, is buying an oceanfront property in Florida. He'll be moving out of California to avoid that billionaire tax. So, yeah, there's another couple $100 million in taxes you won't be getting from him. Congratulations, Gavin Newsom. But yeah, play that. Did you get that clip I sent?
What clip?
I just sent it to you.
Oh.
Absolutely insane. Sam Darnold just won the Super Bowl and lost $71,000 because it was in California.
Yeah, I was looking at a math breakdown on that.
It's 178 for winning the Super Bowl. The winning team, each player gets $178,000. In other words, the Super Bowl isn't a part of their salary. And because the game was played in California, and California has a jock tax, and they look at duty days. So each team spends 7 days in the state of California. So those are 7 duty days, and they pierce your regular salary at 3.5%. So he has to pay, when you take in account he got the $178,000 plus his overall salary, he has to pay the state of California for spending 7 days there $249,000.
That's just so stupid. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
really is.
it ends up costing him $71,000 to go play in California. Now, if I'm the NFLPA, now you got to remember, it's probably even more than that because since he's in Seattle, he's playing against San Francisco 49ers. So that's another day he's there. And he's playing against the LA Rams. That's another day he's there. So he's probably had like 9 or 10 duty days, or maybe even more than that in the state of California. So if I'm the NFLPA, I'm like, hey, we're not playing any more Super Bowls in California. We're just not doing it.
Right. It is insane. It's insane. Like, okay, yeah, I mean, I don't really care that Sam Darnold lost $70,000, but to win a Super Bowl, he's getting off easy. And they're making plenty of money. But it just goes to show you how unworkable it is over there. And if I was in the NFL, I would, and they do have that players association. Like, they should be advocating to never play a fucking game in that state again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. And what about, the players who are just like on the roster?
That's why the Raiders moved to Las Vegas.
That's why everybody's moving, dude. Yeah, they don't seem to get it. They always think that there's going to be somebody else that they can just bilk. And eventually, no, that's going away. all these ridiculous socialist ideas are going to come to fruition, and the effects of it's just so easy to see. Like I said, Zuckerberg's leaving. What's his name? Left Chicago. I mentioned it a couple episodes ago. Citadel guy. Yeah. Why would they stay? It's so easy for them, especially the rich, dude. They have a lot of options. The ones who don't have options are the ones stuck who get left holding the bag for all of this. And then, okay, once they get the authority to tax them in a certain way, and it's only supposed to be for the millionaires and billionaires, but then they'll just ratchet it down until it gets to whoever is still there, who's ever unfortunate enough to still be stuck there. So, yeah, keep going. Keep destroying our once great cities and our once great countries and our once great pastimes and football and baseball. Thomas Massey is our only savior. That's all I can say. He's the man. I don't know if we have time to do any of the Epstein stuff. But Thomas Massey is probably going to be, it sounds like he's going to read these Epstein files unredacted on the House floor. Is that going to happen?
Let's check back in on that Friday with the market report stuff, because we're hitting an hour, and I think there's a lot more to talk about with that than what we really have time to cover today. But I hope so. That would be wildly entertaining. What is it? He says that everything's coming out on yesterday. Is that right?
I don't know.
I think they were getting, I think the House members were getting all of the redacted stuff yesterday. So give it a couple days to marinate. Let's see. Like it could, Massey has been saying he's going to do stuff like this. So
he would, dude. It takes some balls to say what he's been saying. The odds of him, committing suicide are not zero at this point. So, yeah, he's going to be pissing off a lot of powerful people. But yeah, he is the only honest man in Washington, as far as I'm concerned, and maybe our only hope. So yeah, we'll save that for Friday. See what shakes out over the next couple of days. You got anything else going on?
None that I can think of.
All right. Well, we'll get out of here on that. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll check in on the markets. Pretty much flat across the board. I think they're probably waiting for got some, the unemployment claims, CPI, non-farm payroll comes out tomorrow. We'll see if that has any effect. But yeah, they're just kind of flat right now across the board. Even the metals, silver's down 3% today, but still over $80. It's still trading for another 49 minutes. So, yep, that'll do it for today. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Friday with our regularly scheduled program. Oh, can you do Monday next week? Early?
Yeah, I can probably make that work.
All right. I'm going to take a little, my sister's randomly coming to a part of Mexico. I'm going to go meet up with her.
Cool.
So I'll probably be out for the rest of the week. But yeah, we'll do a Monday episode. And maybe I'll release it on Tuesday or Wednesday or something. But yep, we'll be back on Friday with a brand new episode. Until then, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.